short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Hey, 59, ready. Hey, white. 61.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Oh, he's going to take a shot right. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 81 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say they'd get tested on play number 1. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots, but that, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now it's Wilson. Escaping, and he's going to go down again. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Now Wilson. He sets to fire deep. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
The Falcons take over. Ready, blue lady, 125.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. It's hauled in by Hardy. 23 yards, the final tally.
Justin Hardy's sort of an undersized guy at 5'10", but he runs physical and he runs tough. In fact, his teammates call him the Wolf because of his special teams play. How about that play right there? Nice job picking up the first down.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They run with Travis Homer, the rookie from Miami. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now it's Lockett. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Grady Jarrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. taking on the midfield logo. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
It's a gain of 21 yards. That's good.
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They toss to Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point attempt here still to come. And it is now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They still need 6 yards here on 3rd down after the penalty.
Good job right there. Good job right there. 50 cent. Mike, 50 cent. Sponge. No.
Following the penalty, Lynch. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there, Ryan to Jones, 61 yards. Well, that didn't take long, one play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons push further out in front. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing is Wilson. Flush to his right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And he's got room. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
You ready? You ready?
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
The best play callers in any league know how to break their tendencies. They study themselves, they self-scout, and they realize most of the time you don't call a draw play on 1st and 10. So every so often you insert that play just to make the defense think, even if it's not successful.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic quick spin move we saw gives him the first down yardage. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Now a pass hauled in downfield and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Here's Wilson to throw. Flushed out right. That's complete. He's got Lynch out of the backfield. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson escaping the pressure right. Josh Gordon there to make the grab. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. So he scrambled right but was able. And oh, it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So after the blocked PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
54, right?
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Now, they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive. Goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And an alley to run. And he's taken down inside the red zone past the Seattle 15. A big run there by Freeman. 78 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Shifts by him. No gain on the dump off. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. From the left hash, a chip shot here. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deion Jones in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
That's taken on the 25. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Freeman the first down and more. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan. Complete over the middle to Hardy.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And his kick is indeed good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
One last shot for Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball.
You just like
you're
one
handing
game
out,
ball?
You're handing out multiple, although I say